We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in, tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio at World Finals Day 2 with your co-host over there, El Guapo.
Hey, good morning.
Got the glasses on because the eyes are a little droopy this morning.
A little bit.
He was having a good time last night.
Yes, he was.
All right. So let's have our first guest here. So introduce yourself and let people know who you are.
My name is Eric Hansen. I did base race, and I lost horribly yesterday. My first time here, so it was just an experience, learning curve.
All right. So this is your first year competing,
Yes, first year competing at finals.
And your first year finals.
Yep.
First year finals.
Awesome. So what class did you try to?
Base race 129.9.
129.9. I believe they had 11.
11.
Yeah, we got the.
There was 11, and I was number 11.
You were number 11. You didn't do well.
No.
Oh, okay. We had 13 competitors.
13.
In
Okay.
the 20s class.
I was 11. Hey,
Wow, we were looking at the.
You mean somebody else was worse than
You
me?
beat two
You
other
weren't
people.
dead last.
Oh my
you
lord.
beat two other people,
Oh,
so
that's good.
that's a plus.
It is a plus.
And the bubble was 129.94.
Yeah, Lewis got in.
Wow, so you had to have done a 9.4 or better to be in the top 8.
And I was practicing. I was doing 9.5. So
9.5s, right?
But yeah, not up here.
A little different when you get in the lane,
It
right?
was a little different. I have never in my life hit a 31 on the meter, and I
Just
hit
have
one
you scoot over
yesterday.
a little bit more.
I hit one yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, I hit a 31. And I was trying to fix it and get back to somewhere, and I rolled it up way down too low, and I hit 29.7. So I've never. That's where I can start off at 29.7. I can like literally. I'm on the knob 24. Boom, 29.7.
Okay.
But not yesterday.
We would have practices at Crossfire for base race, and Eric would show up, Lewis TVC would show up. They would just go at it.
Okay.
We even went as far as to practice the random number generator.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Doug is actually the innovator of the random number.
That's cool.
Right, you started it.
So
right?
we used to do a 10-sided die, and
Yeah.
I would give
Nice.
each competitor a 10-sided die, a red one and a black one. And I'd hold my hands out. They would pick which one they wanted. The red one was the point, and the black one was the number. So they rolled a 10-sided dice. If it was 3, and we do it right there on the hood of the cars. We stopped the whole show. It was actually pretty interactive, and but in the interest of keeping a show moving and going, Wayne actually integrated it into the programming.
Yeah, it works great.
So-
We were doing it at we're at Crossfire last weekend practicing, and it threw random numbers like 24-1 and 28-1, and we're like, I have a little piece of stick on the front of my radio that tells me where I need to be at if that would have popped up. Yeah, I have a way to I know where I need to be at to get to where I need to go.
Cool. So what's your intention for next year?
29.9.
Okay, and try and go to World Finals again?
Yeah,
and-
we're World Finals next year,
Nice.
and we're do Top Dog. I'm gonna do Top Dog and base race.
Okay.
They kind of go hand in hand.
They
I think.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
I always encourage any new competitor, always base race or top dog. Fairly easy formats to do.
Inexpensive. Could be.
Very inexpensive
Could
to be
inexpensive.
nationally competitive.
Yeah.
I swear to this day, I could put a single 10 in the trunk of a vehicle in a sealed box and actually be nationally competitive at 129.9.
That's crazy.
So
Why do I
it's-
have 8 of them?
Yeah, Eric here has a wall in his vehicle, so
Okay.
I mean, he can probably be in the 30s if he wanted
Yeah,
to.
he's 39.
So maybe 40s? No,
No.
maybe not
No
40s.
49.9s? Well, Moses is going to find out if he can do 49.9s
goodness.
today. So
Yeah, would he?
he went
qualified
140
with a
exactly.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
140.00.
That's gonna
Wow.
suck.
Yeah. No, that was really cool. We had a good time yesterday. It seemed like everything went really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're day 2 out here. If you guys haven't watched already, pick up the live podcast on the DB Drag YouTube page. Once we get going, I'll start sharing it again to all the formats that I normally share to. And like I said, tune in, check it out. My voice is a little bit gone. It'll be better by the time we get the show going. Consummate professional, I'll fix that,
Some hot tea, lemon, and
Just some lemon.
honey. That'll work. Oh,
Yeah.
just some lemon, huh?
Lemon and honey worked really well, but I'm sure they have lemon over here, so we'll get to
upstairs, we'll probably have lemon. It's a hospitality suite.
that. Is that open today?
Yeah, I sure
I
hope
believe
so. I have
so.
a little,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
open both days?
Did you get a chance
Okay.
to go up there?
I never even made it up there.
Wow.
Why
I never
not?
left the floor. So.
Yeah, you never left the
I'm-
floor.
I'm,
Did you even go to lunch?
No, I don't do that either. So
That's
I'm a worker bee. So
The main guy, he was up there.
Wayne?
Wayne?
Yeah,
Hayes?
Wayne. Yeah, we were sitting there eating, and Wayne walked in. I'm like, "Who's running the show, Wayne?"
yeah,
But they have a TV,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like we're watching live,
Okay.
live stream upstairs on the TV.
It's
Okay.
got a little bit of delay. Right?
Yeah.
a handful. I don't know if all the old school guys even came back today. I know a few of them were flying out this morning.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay, bummer.
most of them are gone. I know the Rileys left. I'm not sure. I think Shaker left.
Well, it
I'm
was
not sure
cool
about
that they were
Johnson.
here.
Yeah, no, it was really good to hang out with them yesterday. Wayne got a picture with a lot of them, and
We need to see those pictures.
well,
you
they're
took
on
s-
Facebook.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you took
Sleece
some-
and Wayne put them
yeah.
up last night. So, but no, like I said, really cool. I appreciate all the people that were at the World Finals. RP mentioned that he thought this was the competitor party, all of us in one place afterwards was really cool. And, there's a disadvantage when we do the multi-org World Finals is DB Drag is about the event, and they really, and I'm not trying to discredit any of the other organizations, it's just DB Drag goes all out for World Finals, obviously. What was the entry fee here? If you were late entry, $250 or something like that?
Yeah,
At the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, $250 at the door. But I mean, you can attest
Yeah.
the party,
Yeah.
the trophies, the hospitality suite,
Yeah.
the swag bag you got with
Oh,
the
yeah, swag bag was
jersey and all
amazing.
that. You know,
Jersey logo.
yeah,
Little fancy thing.
yeah. So I mean,
There you go.
There you go.
so you add all that stuff up, you got more than your $250 value.
Oh yeah, it's way more than that.
And that doesn't even include the intrinsic value of just being at
Being
World
here.
Finals.
There's the memories that you're gonna make.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's gonna stay with you. I mean, that's
Motivation for me to come next year.
Exactly.
We have competitions in 2 weeks
Yeah.
at home.
2 more weeks, huh?
Yeah, 2
Trying to
weeks.
get some points right off the bat, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get
Exactly.
I'm not gonna get nothing but first next year.
Looks like we got Lewis.
Is Lewis on here?
TVC. We were just talking about him right now.
Yep.
He's watching. He says,
Bubble Boy.
Hanson. Says Jeffrey looks not hungover. Okay, good. Good. Okay. But yeah, so we should be seeing Lewis in action today. He was what? He
was the
qualified,
Bubble
so-
Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see him in action, and you guys should tune in.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's Wayne's
Yep,
YouTube.
the DB Drag one.
Okay, the DB Drag one.
DB Drag
YouTube.
on YouTube. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the DB Drag page. Like I said, I'll share it on Facebook as much as I can.
Yeah.
I don't hit all the forums, and some of them block sharing stuff. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but I'm going to share as much as I can. And if you guys happen to catch a piece of that later on today, yourself, share it. And let's get this out there. Let's show people what we do and why we enjoy what we do. Hopefully, you guys at home can see I believe it's probably harder to see the grandeur of the event. I mean, I haven't watched the
Right.
live feed. You
Yeah.
watched up there, so it is much bigger than it appears on the screen. Would you say that?
Oh
Yep.
yeah, oh yeah. And what was kind of cool was so we were upstairs in the hospitality suite, and like guys like Gorman I think came up and as he was running in the lanes, we just felt it upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so
Oh, yeah.
we were watching it, and then we felt it. So I mean, that's all the experience that you're gonna need, right? So you're watching it and you're feeling it. So.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, we're lucky nothing fell off the ceiling here.
Yeah, not this location.
Not this location. So it's a good thing. I was a little kind of worried about these lights falling down, but no, they're
Oh, I
holding
think
up.
we had that issue in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland,
yeah.
we had a couple of
I
lights
think-
pop out.
Yeah, there was
funny.
one guy. I think he was from Michigan, but I don't think there was more so lights, but it was I think insulation.
Oh,
came
we had
down.
so much insulation. That's right.
Insulation came down from the ceiling because the bass was just so loud. So
Yeah.
none of that this year. So it's a good thing.
Nope. All right. So, all right, go. We got our next guy. It's supposed to be over here, wherever Wall Street Chris
Oh,
was.
right,
I
right.
saw him.
Yeah.
But so, do you have anything you'd like to tell
No.
people?
Yeah.
and
Where can
what
we find
Yeah.
information about?
They can follow you
you?
on Facebook
Oh,
or
yeah,
anything.
my e-box. I don't know.
Oh, what is that? What is e-box?
I used to make boxes. That's my.
Oh, like speaker boxes?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, okay.
I built mine in my
Yeah.
my car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's e-box.
Let's do a search on e-box.
Yeah, it's probably the only e-box on the planet. It's e-box with a bunch of numbers behind it. I don't remember what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm probably the only e-box on the planet. So
Can
All
they
right.
do a search for you on Instagram?
yeah, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook's Eric Hansen.
Eric
Uh,
Hansen.
Yeah.
Okay. And they'll be able to. You take pictures of all your events and all
Yeah,
that.
I was live earlier.
Okay.
You know what we didn't do yesterday, and we could have done it. It was ask our guests what their definition of a bass head is.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
I think
we can do that.
It might have taken a little bit more time, but
Yeah, we were short. We were short on time yesterday,
Yeah,
so
yeah, and
we
it was
got a
kind
little
of
more
on the
time
fly
today.
type
Yes.
deal. But
A bass head is literally Roger and you guys all sell legal addiction. We're all addicted to
a
bass.
legal addiction.
Yeah.
Legal addiction. Like, we're all addicted to caffeine, right?
Right.
But we're all addicted to bass.
Yep.
All of us. Like,
Cool.
and like most extreme ability, like it's never going to be loud enough. Even that is not loud enough.
Nope. Guarantee RP
Guarantee.
doesn't think he's loud enough.
Oh no, he's not loud enough. We're supposed to get on a little bit more out of him today.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yeah, I saw some talks online. We'll say
Yeah.
of he is not as loud as Alan Dante
Oh.
because Alan Dante did a garage score of 85.3 and he was only 85.2.
I think
So-
he has maybe two more clicks in his meter today.
He may have a little more.
Yeah, he'll have a little more.
So
So I'm at 80. I'm gonna say 185.4 today for him.
okay.
0.4.
0.4.
Yeah,
We got a
0.4.
prediction.
Yep.
So you live out in Texas and you
Yeah.
compete on Jeffrey shows.
Yeah.
and-
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you plan on traveling to any shows this year? Or it's
probably
not
not.
easy,
It's not
especially like
easy.
Texas, right? You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
long ways away
Long
from
ways from everywhere.
a lot of shows.
We drove in Texas for like 5 hours before we got out.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's California, same issue,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well, California's kind of skinny but
Skinny
long.
but long.
Yeah,
long.
if
So
you go-
we're just like crazy wide.
Grab Chris. Chris. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go over some of these results while we're waiting for Wall Street to come on up here, please. So,
You
all
want to
right.
have
Yeah.
fun?
Thanks for coming out, sir.
Hey, thank you for coming out, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on the podcast.
He watches us every week, and then now he's a guest. So.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we got Wall Street Chris coming up next. Go over some of those results, Jeffrey, while we're waiting for.
Oh, got some of these results here. We were talking a little bit about base race, and it just so happens we have a base racer coming up. Wow, some big scores. Exactly. Did see some perfect scores in base race. 20s. There's some 29.99s out there yesterday. And yeah, speaking of base race.
Love the sunglasses, man.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just turn that just a little bit.
There
Get
we go.
off the sun.
Perfect.
I know now we got El Guapo right in the main part of it.
Nice.
All right. So introduce yourself to the people out there.
My name's Chris Gregory. I am an event promoter in Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. I am also a base racer as well. And we brought Tennessee base racers up here. That's what we do. I mean, we built a organization in Middle Tennessee where we didn't have one. Started about 5-6 years ago. And we're still growing leaps and bounds every year. Last year, East Coast, I think we sent 10 base racers to the East Coast finals.
One to the West.
We sent one to the West. Yes, we did. Gracie flew out there. And we appreciate that hospitality, by the way. That's all they talked about after that trip was, the things they saw, the camaraderie, the friendships they made, people that they'll never forget. So it was an opportunity.
Made you jealous for not coming out there.
I wish I could have. My wife, I was literally looking at my credit card like, I'm going. Forget it. I'm just going. And my wife's like, no, you're not. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I really wanted to come out there. And like I was saying to you guys, I was telling, I may want to come to Surf City. That's all I hear about. If you're going to go to one show on the West Coast, Surf City is the show to go to.
Yeah. Surf City is a really good show, especially if you do multiple orgs. I personally am a fan of Autorama because that's my show, right? Surf City, like I said, if you're doing a multiple organization thing, Surf City, hands down, there's, I think, 5 organizations at that event. They have, they have like NSPL, they have Mecca, they have Iasca, they have, what's
Surf?
Yeah, what's the other one? The
USAC,
Base
I think?
Beat. Yeah.
Oh, Base Wars.
Base Wars,
Yeah.
and USAC. So they have all that at Surf City. Where Autorama, you're going to have real close to the same number of competitors. The advantage of Autorama is, if you're a demo guy especially, they put us right at the entrance at Autorama. And they gate over 30,000 people.
I heard it's like a huge event because it's also a huge car show, isn't it?
Exactly.
So it's a car show itself. So they have guys like Chip Foose there and graveyard cars, and so they have all these celebrities there. But the thing is they gate 30,000 people.
Wow.
So and all 30,000 people have to walk right by your vehicle.
That's an opportunity.
So we expose people to this, and so we have 200 to 300 people just spectating the whole day. They might shuffle in and out. We're trying to educate them as they go by, and then first thing I tell everybody is, you want a demo, just ask.
Yeah.
That's what these guys are here for.
Yeah.
They love the demo. We don't have restrictions on demos there, so we have a understanding because they have their own law enforcement on that site. The campground is like 2 city blocks.
Wow.
So, or the fairgrounds. And so we take up like 1.5 of the city blocks with Autorama. There's 9 buildings, I believe, and then we're on the outside section. And like I said, it's really good. We go through a lot of cars. Saturday's a 2X, Sunday's a 3X.
Wow.
So it's an opportunity to get 5 times points. But like I said, Surf City, great cause. I believe they did $22,000 this year for Angels Anonymous, I think is the name of their organization. And it is a charity event, so I mean, I encourage,
Oh yeah, we do a lot of charity events. We just actually finished our annual event. We support Gilda's Club of Nashville.
Which is?
Gilda's Club was started by, and I forget it, the guy that Willy Wonka, Gene Wilder. His wife Gilda Radner. Yeah, she passed away of cancer. So he started an organization that doesn't do any type of research, nothing like that. What it does is it deals directly with the patients, the survivors, family members, with counseling activities, and they have clubs, as they call them, Gilda's Club, all over the United States. Okay. So, and we support the one in our area, which is Nashville, and it's just a great organization. I had a friend introduced me to it about 5 years ago when he was battling cancer, and he's in remission, full remission. So, they introduced me to the people there. I toured the site once, and they just do a lot of good things. Because I mean, it's the cancer research is there. We want to stop the disease, obviously.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's the people that are suffering from it that still need those handshakes, those hugs, those kids that don't understand why mom or dad are sick. You know, and this organization helps with that.
Yep.
So we do that every year. We raised, I think we were at 3K this year. So, and that's just like I said, we're small, but we're growing. So, you know, we put together. We started out with 5 or 6 people at events, and we're up to 20 to 30 per event, which is still growing.
So do you only do base race at those
No,
events?
sir. No, sir. We do the full DB drag racing format, and we actually I partnered with. You may have seen him walking around with me, big guy, long dreads, named Mr. We call him Mr. Mike. He's with the Dark Side Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
We've started working with him. Queen right there. She's them.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah,
And so I started working with him and his organization, and we're doing a lot of community outreach. He's just a great guy, but we've got that going, and because of that, bagger beats is coming. We're starting to see a little influx of bagger beats back into the national area because of that MC they have.
All right, that's that. I do know Rusty's involved with Rusty from DC Audio. He's involved in Reno with a club that has stereo competitions for their motorcycles. So he's been posting a lot about that. So Bagger Beats. The issue was we had 2 vehicles on the East Coast, 1 on the West Coast,
and we were the same here pretty much. It was I think we had 4 bikes that came out of Alabama 2 years ago.
Right.
And then it just dwelled it off. So I definitely understand Wayne not bringing it to finals.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a tool.
Okay. That's
Hopefully
good.
we'll get to bring it back and kind of see all the cool motorcycles again.
Yeah, we've got. I'm trying to grow it. We had 3 just beautiful baggers at our last event. So, and every time we've got someone new that just comes out and gives it a try. They really like it because it's not, how many people you have with you that are going to vote for you. It's a machine that tells you, all those 3 samples that it takes, and it works really well.
So, we on this podcast, we like to talk about the people, right? It's not just about the car audio, as we were saying. So he actually brought his son with him to compete. So tell us about that, how you got him involved.
My son is, he was the first Mecca kid.
Okay.
That was back in the day. I helped Steve Stern work with Mecca, and we had a Power Wheels. We were like an old one. We're talking old one. Like this thing was, you touch it wrong and things broke off of it. It was an older one. And we built it with some stuff laying around the garage, and we started Mecca Kids, and it has grown to be outrageously huge now.
Right.
But at 4 years old, he was there competing with his Power Wheels. He did that till he was about 10, and then focused more on his bowling.
Oh, speaking of,
we've had a conversation or two.
Oh,
I
okay.
was. So, and then at the end, oh crap, sorry. At the end of the,
It happens to everybody.
about when he got into high school, he got his own vehicle. So I put a little something in it for him there. And at the end of the day, with his wagon, actually, he was like, Dad, I want to try base race again. So he started base racing again this year. Did a few of my events. It's because we're the only game in town, literally in Middle Tennessee. But he's went to 3X events with Jeremy. He went to Triple Fest. He went to he went to
What is your son's name?
Wall Street Caleb.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He qualified in first in the 20s
Yes,
class.
he led his class.
Wow,
So-
that's awesome.
So first ever World Finals as a base racer.
Yep.
And right there at the top.
Oh yeah. I got it all over Facebook. I'm not gonna lie. Proud dad. I'm qualified first at 39.9. I could care less what I do today. All I care about is that's my boy.
I wonder if we had a father-son base race first in each class type deal. I don't think.
If that happens, you're never gonna hear the end of it. It'll be hashtag father and son. Father and be like Sanford and son. Sanford and son. So, but no, we're just like I said. He got back into it this year. He bowls in Cumberland University, as well as he's a sophomore there. He works at the company I work for. So part-time, just trying to, make a little side money, here and there. So,
College ain't cheap.
no, college is not cheap, but I'm proud of him. He got his scholarships, and he works and pays for what the scholarships didn't cover.
Okay, that's
So-
good. So, like I said, that's really cool. It'd be cool to have a first-time father-son. A couple of years ago,
right?
yeah, that'd be awesome. A couple of years ago, we had the youngest two guys ever to compete in base race. One was 16, one was 17. No, I think it was either 15 and 16 or 16 and 17. So one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. So that was really cool to see back in the day.
Yeah, Gracie, last year she was 16.
Yep.
So we were very proud of her. I mean, because she had started base racing 6 months before that.
Yep.
We got her going 6 months before that, and just, she battled through. We never, I don't want to say never expected, because I don't want to say that she wasn't that good, but
Right.
Your first year out, you're thinking, hey, if I make bracket, I'm ready to go.
So since you're top base racer, your son's top base racer today, any suggestions or tips for the guys watching?
My number one thing about base race, I'll tell you, is this: it's fun.
That's right.
It is also, I don't care how much. It's the only car audio sport, to my knowledge. It doesn't care how much money you have. It doesn't care how much your build cost. It doesn't care what kind of car you have. All that matters is you can control that volume knob, and that's what, in my opinion, that's skill.
Yep.
So, and as far as any tips to any base racers out there, have fun.
Have fun.
When you pull up in the lanes, I was watching Jimbo yesterday. He was doing his little yoga stuff.
He was on the show yesterday.
Yeah,
and
I love that boy. Don't get me wrong.
We actually had him do it for us yesterday.
So, but that's what I tell everybody. I was like, go up there, take a deep breath. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
So if you notice, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 of us in 29.9. We have a saying: is that we'll pull up in the lanes. We ain't friends no more.
That's right.
But after we run, we're gonna shake hands and we're gonna be friends again.
Yep.
So, but that's I love the sport. We do it a lot. We do cash days, as I think I've told you in another podcast, where we just basically buy in. We're doing it tomorrow. We're doing it today in the 129.9 class. So
how much money's in there? 160.
160. Yeah.
160 today.
And that's basically $20 buy-in from every competitor.
Yep.
And winner takes the pot. We do it at home. We have a crown. Also, our finals this year, because of this finals, and I got rained out this year. We'll be doing our finals for cash days in 2022, October 29th.
Okay.
So, and that's a $100 buy-in. Winner will take the pot.
All right.
So,
so where can people check out what you got going on and all that stuff?
I'm on Facebook, obviously social media. I don't have
Wall Street Chris.
No.
Okay.
I am Chris M. Gregory. But we've got Tennessee Base Racers. We actually have a group page that anybody can come to. I post all our events online. I also post anybody else's events online. Okay. I just believe that last night I sat out the back porch of the my hotel. Ninja came up, sat down with us. It's just the sport has the ability to introduce you to new people, and we sat and talked like we were friends for years. And that's what this is all about, in my opinion. I come to finals every day for this.
And that's kind of what, we talked about leading up to the event today, this weekend, I should say, is the camaraderie, like the memories. Like, back when, before it was satellites, obviously, it was just one location. And back in Nashville, we had the convention center like this, but then upstairs was the hotel room.
Yeah, so you can literally go right upstairs, and the party was literally out around the corner.
I didn't compete those years while I was in Nashville, but I was part of a team that competed. Oh, okay. And actually, one year we did compete. I think in 2003, we brought our yellow CRX out and ran, and then the next 2 years, I was part of Cartronics. They were the local they were the local area vendor. Right. So I worked with them. So I remember those. It was great times.
Oh, that's right. You lived there.
Yeah, I pretty much lived.
It was in your backyard.
It was in my backyard, but I remember one year Saturday night I didn't make it home.
You had a hard time from 4th Street?
Well, it was me, Kevin Dunn, that was the owner of Cartronics, and 2 of the salesmen from Cartronics. Kevin was like, hey, let's go out, let's go do some stuff. And I think we slept in the hotel lobby or something that night, that day when we finally got back. So we found him, somehow somebody let him into the show. He was in his Suburban asleep, but it's just those memories that we'll never lose,
Yep.
Exactly.
And that's what the old school guys were talking about last night, too.
Yeah.
RP said this is the first World Finals he's been to where we had like the competitor party, right? And he was just like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And well, I mean, you can attest to what Gracie and Joe said when they came back from California. That was essentially what we did in California. We literally made a camp right outside the event, and I mean, Jeffrey knows he's been there. And you show up in the morning, there's a buffet already laid out. Some of the people get up early and they all make breakfast for everybody, and it really is a good time and a huge amount of camaraderie, more than you can imagine if you've never been part of this.
I'm just going to say this. You've probably got one of the best competitors in the United States. Moses is – I love Moses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that man –
He's a good ambassador.
Well, he's a great ambassador. He brings to the table what this is all supposed to be about.
Yep.
Fun. Win or lose, that guy's having a great time.
Yep.
And that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters is, we can't do this just to win every time.
No. It's great to win.
Yeah, it's great
Don't
to
get
win.
Me wrong.
I like having that fancy ring, but I'd rather have one of them big old bear hugs from Moses than a ring any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
And then at the same time, you would rather your son get that ring. If there was a choice between you and your son,
Oh,
you'd
hands
rather have
down.
100%.
Hands down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. People that aren't parents don't understand that, but there's more pride in the accomplishments of your child than there ever will be in anything you ever done yourself.
Oh, completely 100%. So it just made me so happy to have him here this week. So, and have all my family here. I mean, we're family. We're not, we call ourselves Tennessee Base Racers and Wall Street's finest, but there's, a bunch of people made up of that make up Tennessee Base Racers. Yep. We call it DB Revolution.
DB
That's
Rev,
DB Rev. Stupid Loud. That's another org that help. That they sponsor my events. They help out. So we're just all one big family.
Cool. So you want to get with him on the definition of base head?
Sure.
I love Salises. If you hear them coming down the block, they're a base head.
Yeah, they're a base head.
And that's I think the best one. I think that's the best definition of it that I could ever give.
Yeah.
All right. Because there's a lot of those.
Yes, sir, there is. Trust me. There's a few of them driving. My son, every once in a while, Caleb's home.
Well, that'll be 10 minutes.
All right. Yeah, it'll be 10 minutes later. He's coming home. So, but guys,
all right. Thank you for stopping in.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Good to meet you guys. Good to meet you guys.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm holding up.
So, introduce yourself to our people back home.
I'm Amber Martinez from Waco, Texas.
Related to Moses?
Oh.
I know.
No. Well, maybe. They're all related to everybody.
Yeah. So you're from Waco, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, what are you doing? What are you competing in? And
Super Street 3 and 4. Again.
Where's she at, Jeffrey? Tell everybody where she's at.
Let's see. Super Street 3 to 4. She is currently in second place.
Behind the world record holder.
Yes.
behind Gorman.
And
Castle.
multi-time champion.
Yeah.
Very, very nice man.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We've had
Very.
Gorman on the
You got a chance
podcast.
to meet him?
I have.
Good.
I've got a chance to talk to him multiple times this weekend.
Yeah.
Very, very humbled.
Yep.
Very,
Yeah.
very nice man.
He's a true God-fearing man.
Yes.
He absolutely is. Gorman, for people that have never met him in person, he's an awesome guy. Definitely one of my favorites when it comes to World Finals. I like to get around, hang out with him. He actually had a daughter who played softball also.
Yeah.
So we talk on that, and, and that stuff. His daughter's now aged out and stopped playing softball, and so we still talk about those kind of things, and so we like I said, we talk about more than just the car audio stuff, because we're more than car audio, obviously. So what else do you do besides the car audio stuff?
Not much, actually. This takes up a whole lot of our time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's something me and my husband do together.
Okay, so you travel up to Jeffrey shows
Yes,
then?
every Crossfire show. Yes,
Okay.
it's one of my favorites.
Okay. And I suspect you do USAC also. Because that's pretty strong down in
I
southern
do,
Texas.
but we've really considered not doing that anymore and just sticking to DB.
Okay. Yeah. Me personally, I encourage everybody to try all the organizations.
Oh yes, definitely.
Find what fits you. Truly.
Yes, and this fits us.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in my area, Iasca started out there where I live, and DB drag is not easy to be the world's loudest or world record.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Iasca's easy. I'm just saying the guys in California now hold like half their records. And in DB drag, we weren't even close. So now the classes are formatted differently,
Right.
so it's not the same thing. And so I do have quite a few guys that are doing Iasca now because they're more successful there. That doesn't mean they avoid any DB drag events. They just Iasca is where they focus now because they have an opportunity to be the loudest in the world in their class. So, but yeah, so you do the DB drag. Have you tried the base race and top dog?
No. I
No.
can't seem
You could
to.
do it. I think you could do base race.
I don't think so.
No, it's fun.
No,
It's fun. You should
I
try
have a
it.
hard enough time when they tell me to stay under a certain amount of watts to stay underneath that. So yeah, but
Oh, so you do the power classes
Yes.
sometimes?
try.
Okay. What 5,000 watt class or
No, no. I think the last one was 14.
14,000?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a USAC?
Yes. It's yeah.
I see. Okay.
I'm not a USAC
Oh,
judge,
yes,
so I
yeah.
don't know any of the USAC stuff.
But, no.
So, speaking of which, so there's you and there's Queen. Other than that, there's no other women competing here today.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on being one of the few women that compete?
I wish there was really more that did. Now we're in Waco, where I'm from. I'm the only
Okay.
one. There's not enough women that do it, and I don't know if it's because it's such a male-dominated sport
Right.
that they just don't want to get into it. But I wouldn't be into it if it wasn't for my husband.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure
honestly.
Jeffrey came to my shows, right?
Right.
So he's mentioned before. So he kind of patterns his shows off of what he likes about my shows. And really, what I really try to push on my shows is I'm interested in that family to compete.
Yeah.
Because if I just get a single guy,
Yeah.
the chances of him continue to come because he doesn't have that support, in my opinion, is less. But when he's got his wife coming and his kids coming to the events, and then they all look forward to meeting up with this other family that's
Yeah.
there, I feel I'm going to get a more consistent turnout
Yes.
for my events that way. And so I really pattern mine that way. And I think Jeffrey patterns his as a
Yes.
family-friendly event.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, Jeffrey
Oh, yeah.
does.
We have
Jeffrey
a lot of fun at the shows, and Amber can tell you too. She has a lot of fun there. and-
Has she won any of Roger's money?
No, none of his money. Not yet. Not yet.
So what do you run in your car?
I run all Crossfire. Nothing
Okay.
but Crossfire.
All right, one of our sponsors of our podcast, and also a sponsor for DB Drag.
Yes.
So Crossfire is one of those companies that really supports what we do,
Yes.
right? So we really enjoy that there's companies out there that are willing to support our hobby, and because most companies, it's about the bottom line. They don't have to support DB Drag
No.
as a world finals.
And Roger is amazing.
Roger's a good guy. So he actually helped me back in the day do some SPL tests down in Whittier, where they used to live similar to it's close to that area. And we had to do an environmental impact study of car audio.
Oh, really?
So Roger brought out his extreme car. I think he was only doing like 172 at the time, but he was one of the loudest in the world. And they had to measure his SPL outside the vehicle.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that was really cool to see that, like, the car going by was louder than his car.
Yeah. Yeah, Roger's helped me a lot. I mean, Jeffrey remembers when we first started coming
Oh
to
yeah.
Crossfire.
I think Andrew had he stopped me and said, "Oh, we've come a long way from the Terra amps. I think you guys used to
Yes,
have."
I was running tar amps and
And,
It's a
Scar.
good cheap
and
amp.
Scar. So
Well, everybody's got to start
Yeah,
somewhere,
and
right?
we
Exactly.
did. I started from running that and was running 15s to running C7s to running running 18s, running what I'm running now, and it's just without Roger's kind of taking us in and showing us. He tells me you need to not do this. Don't run them amps at this. And
Roger might know.
Yeah,
He's got some experience.
yeah. Because on the way up here, my amps all went into protect.
Oh, that's what I heard.
Yes, scared me to death. All of them went into protect.
And he got him out.
Roger said you're running too high of a voltage, and he was correct. And that's all it was. So yep, they're up and running. Everything's good now.
So you haven't had a chance to meet Moses Martinez, right?
I did. I met him last night.
Okay.
Yes.
So his girlfriend, not wife, she competes out there in California.
Okay.
So we were trying to convince her to build a car since she was already going to be here.
Yeah.
To compete. She does base race and top dog. So, but she didn't want to do it. She's it's hard to believe that she's a little shy.
No.
When it comes to competing, she's shy.
Okay.
But she's definitely not shy when you meet her
Yes.
one-on-one.
No, she's very, very sweet.
Yeah. So, but we tried to convince her. I mean, there's you and Queen here for sure. Gracie competed last year.
Now, Queen, I don't guess I've met her. She competes.
She was doing base race 29.9. I believe she
Okay.
was.
Okay.
She's one of the Tennessee base racers.
Oh, okay.
Right.
She was what, 5th?
Queen second. Actually.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and she was worried. She's all,
She was worried.
am I going to make the qualifying? Am I going
Yeah, she qualified with a 9.9. So I don't know what she
Oh,
was
what
worried
was
about.
she worried about?
Yeah, doing 9.9s.
And I will say, this year was the lowest qualifying for base race. In 29.9, the lowest it's been prior to this was 29.6.
Wow.
So, and in 2019, I believe it was a 29.98 was to qualify for base race. So the numbers have been insane in the past, and numbers were a little bit lower this year, and I think a lot of it has to do with the grandeur of what we're doing here. So this is a grand stage to do
Yes.
things, would you say? And so far, what is your
I love
greatest
it.
takeaway from this
I
weekend?
mean, just the people. Everybody, the big name people that are here, they're just very humble and very,
Yeah.
they don't treat you no different.
Yeah.
With
So
this being my first year, they're just, I don't know, it's amazing.
yeah. Did you get to meet some of the old school guys
I did.
and stuff?
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Got to speak to them, and they've told me a few stories, and
I'm sure they have.
yes. And this right here makes me want to go back and build something that's going to come back and give Gorman a run for his money.
Wow.
That's what I want to
She
do.
wants to put a run on Gorman.
Yes.
72 is not an easy number.
No, it's going to be hard, but I want to. Yeah, we're going to build something else.
Yep.
We've already determined.
And I will tell you, reach out, Gorman,
speaking
and
of
tell him.
Gorman.
Yes,
Here he
here's
is.
Gorman right there. Reach out to Gorman and the rest of the Incriminator team. They'll help you get that lap.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to win by 20 dB or 10 dB. He doesn't want to win by that.
Yeah.
He wants to be pushed so that his car has to be loud.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and that's truly, you can ask these guys and they'll all tell you the same thing.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna run out of that class.
There you go. Yeah, he doesn't want anything.
I'm
right now.
staying in 3 and 4 and gonna.
Okay. So, what would your suggestion be to anybody just showing up the first time at a show?
Oh, just come out and see, and just. I invite people all the time.
Do you? Do they
Yeah.
come?
No,
They don't come.
It's like they're intimidated. They don't want to. But yeah, just show up. I mean, bring the kids. Just, it's a good time and it's a lot of fun, and you'll get addicted, and then here you are.
Yeah. What I like to tell people is when we invite people, Moses is an awesome ambassador. He brings people with him to every show. He literally drags them to shows, and that's not an exaggeration. He drags them at the shows. And anyway, so he does that, and every person I asked after they've been to the show, their first answer is, "This is nothing what I expected it was
No,
going to be."
I don't know what
And
people
it's actually a
expect.
great time.
Yeah.
And that's always 100% is the response. I have yet for a single person to go, this really isn't for me.
Yeah.
because if they were invited, I mean, even like people's parents that come, or aunts or uncles. My uncle came to one of the shows we had down Lake Paris.
Oh, okay.
And it was at Forbidden Fantasies. Well, my uncle's a very religious guy. Forbidden Fantasies
Forbidden
isn't really the greatest. There's a reason it's called Forbidden Fantasies. But as far as the stereo competition, it was one of the greatest shows we had on the West Coast for a long time. And he came, and he was like, once I got past everything, this part was actually really cool.
Yeah.
So
I think Rosa actually had some family from Tennessee. come up to
yesterday,
visit
cheering
her.
her on, or cheering
Yeah.
Moses on the lane. He had his own fan crowd. Yeah, they drove. They met their family, and then they came in and
Yeah, took pictures.
and hung out.
Yeah.
So Moses didn't do all that great.
Oh, but he's fun.
Yeah.
He is fun.
Win or lose.
Yes.
He's always having fun. So,
Yes, good times.
well, I'm sure we'll see him in the next World Finals and, shows.
Many to come.
Yeah, many to come. He likes to travel,
Yep.
nationwide. He'll be there, so.
He already said he's got to go to another Jeffrey show.
Oh, yes, you've got to come
He's
to a
gonna
Jeffrey
get,
show.
treated with hospitality out there for sure, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to come on to Crossfire. Yeah, it's a good time. He'd enjoy it.
He's actually doing a lot with DTX now.
Yeah.
Electronics. Last year, World Finals, Dan, he had some suspension issues coming into California. I hooked him up with Moses. Moses fixed all his stuff. Moses is a welder.
Oh.
So he fixed all Dan's stuff, and they kind of connected in a special way there. And,
Yeah.
I mean, he spent the whole weekend when we aren't at the party or whatever. He's out at Dan's trailer. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so he's really in with the DTX guys, having
Yeah.
a great time with them.
That's good.
So
Hey.
what are the next big shows are you planning on
Yeah.
doing? There's going to be a show. I'm not sure if you guys are heading out there to what is it called? The Showdown in
CES
Vegas.
or Vegas Showdown, Las Vegas
That's
Showdown.
going to be
this
a
year.
big show. Something that
You doing that?
No,
No.
no, not yet.
Okay.
No, I try to stay local shows, Texas shows. This is the first one we've come that's been out of state.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In 12 hours,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah,
it was
12 hours.
horrible. 12 hours. I mean,
Did you
it.
drive your car?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, anything that could go wrong possibly went wrong. It was like they didn't want us being here, and yeah, I came. Even if my vehicle wouldn't have been here, I was gonna be here. So, but it made it. Everything worked out. So we showed up.
Yeah, I would say anybody that, even if you aren't going to compete, come on to World Finals if it's in a single location. The people you meet, to see some of the loudest cars in the world all in one place has its own, its own charm to it.
Yes, and I know I'm not gonna be Gorman, but just to say I was here and I went up against the number one.
Yep.
I mean, come
Well,
on.
tell Amber here about the Gary Killian story with Craig Butler.
So, okay, Gary Killian has one World Finals ring. He's got 8. One of them is black, okay, the black stone. And the reason that's black is he went up against Craig Butler. Craig Butler, 182s forever. He's one of the first guys to ever hit 180, and he's all about 182s. Gary Killian's a 168, right? That's on his best day. You may have seen his car in the past. He has a big white Excursion that's just crossfired out. So he was a big Crossfire fan. And he actually paid for all his Crossfire stuff. So, he was a supporter of the brand.
Yeah.
And so Gary Killian goes, hey, I know I'm not going to win. This guy's a world champion many times over.
Much like how you're feeling
Just
now.
Yeah.
very
Exactly.
similar. Gorman or Craig Butler pulls in the lane, turns on his amps, pop, everything blows on turn
Oh my
on.
gosh.
Didn't even get a start because you turn it on before you start, right? Timer hadn't even started yet, blew everything in his system. And they're like, it's time to go, Gary. Turn it on. And Gary beat a world champion.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
For a ring. That's why it's black.
Black.
Because he doesn't feel that he won it,
Yeah.
but his system survived, which is part of the.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you said all your amps were in protect.
Mm-hmm.
So part of this competition is having a system that will survive
Yeah.
the entire time. So you never give up hope, and you always make it to the lanes.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen.
And you're correct.
And
You're correct.
that's what's unique about DB drag racing is the head-to-head format.
Yeah.
So in other organizations, it's a one run through, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's cool
Right.
as well.
It's
But,
a beat the board situation.
Right. But when you're in DB drag racing, you're going head to head. Man, like when I tell people, okay, you qualified with this, but when you guys go head to head, it's a whole nother story. You know, somebody could just blow, like you're saying, blow all their equipment. All the other guy has to do is put up a number, and bam, you know, they win.
I'm just gonna get out there and I'm gonna send it.
Send it. Yes, that's what we like to hear.
Yep.
Yeah, we had that one DC truck yesterday, Magic Smoke during Cyclone.
Oh yeah.
I missed
I'm not
that.
sure anything survived.
Oh my gosh, I missed that.
Well, so he was. Who was that? Which one was
I
that?
think it was Lucas,
Lucas. Yes, Lucas.
friend of the show. He was on.
We'll take a picture of me then. Anyway, so Lucas, literally, he was there. He was set up. He was loud enough. He had set the world record in Cyclone, and I mean, it was just looked like a fog machine went off inside his car.
Oh damn.
So
One
yeah.
of the cool things you get to see at finals, stuff like that.
Well, we have a death match today.
Yes, we're gonna
Do
see
you
plenty
think
of
you
stuff.
have an opportunity at that?
No. I know.
The answer's no.
No.
I don't know if her sponsors would approve of.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, there's a $5 or no $5. I can see
$500.
$500 cash prize, so that'll probably
That would
pay for.
that would cover
Well,
a recone.
yeah, a recone, you're correct. But yes, no. I don't want to blow nothing up today. My subs are new. I hadn't had them very long. So
That's one of the things that we do with this. You know, it's part of what it is, and that's actually what makes it a spectacle for some people just watching.
yeah.
Is seeing the stuff blow up. You know. Manny Alejandre says, "Good luck to everybody today." He's watching on the YouTube side.
Yes, good luck.
But yeah, I encourage you, talk to Gorman,
Yeah.
talk to Bo Boren, talk to all the Incriminator Audio guys. Rob Culler,
Yeah.
a friend of the show, he tunes in, he's been on it a few times, and they'll help you get loud. I mean, they'll give you suggestions. Dan with the Rectronics, they'll help you get loud. All those people, I mean, they honestly don't want to be so far above everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's more unique in this organization too. I hear a lot of people in other organizations hide what they're doing from other people. Oh, this is how I'm getting this. They
Yeah.
hide that. And I will honestly say, call up these guys, text them, hit them on Facebook, and they want to help you, and because it's going to push them to be loud.
Yeah. Correct.
I mean, Jeffrey is a world champion. You know, he's got his little arm thing. Does he show that off a lot?
And no, he don't talk. No, he does not actually. He's not. He didn't brag too much.
Yeah. He
I'm a
brags
humble
enough
guy.
to put it on his arms.
That's so I don't have to brag. I can just walk around
That's right.
and they can just read it.
That's right, mother.
They just know.
Yeah. So, and I'm pleased that. So I'm his ringtone. Me announcing his world record.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Just like I did for you guys yesterday. So same thing. So he's got that as his ringtone on his phone.
Well,
So
I'm gonna
glad
pay
I can be
attention
part
from
of
now
that.
I'm a humble guy.
I'm glad I can be part of that. You know,
Yeah.
those are opportunities as a judge that. So I don't have to judge. I own businesses. I don't have time.
yeah,
But I do this because I love to do it.
you enjoy it.
I want to give people opportunities like Jeffrey. You know, if I wasn't doing that, that was a satellite location. And I push hard for those satellite locations because to give people opportunities like Jeffrey. Jeffrey was a unique position, he probably would have drove back east no matter what, because he had the world record. But not everybody has those opportunities to travel all over the country and do this. We only have one person here, or two people here from California, right? Where if we had the satellite locations, we would have had 38 people for 70 entries out of California. We would have had as many entries as we have here.
Yeah.
But they would have been all out, and those guys know they wouldn't have won, because California is a different animal too, where I would say there's maybe 2 trailered vehicles in all of California.
Really?
Yeah. So every vehicle you see competing, the Cyclone World Record holder, Ray Maestas, he does 69s, I think, in Super Street 5 Plus. Every one of those vehicles are driven to the show.
Yeah. Everybody in Texas trailers their stuff. So mine's a daily driver. I drive mine everywhere.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't, and they could, but they don't.
So, all right, hold on a second. Hey, Gorman. Hold on a second. He's trying to get Gorman real quick. Get him up here. But he's talking, so he ain't going to stop. Just in case you didn't know about Gorman. See, they know Gorman.
He's having a good time.
Yeah,
Gorman, come up here for a second. Come here.
We're not going to have any connectivity issues when we had him on the show, if you can recall.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we had
He did not have the
problems.
greatest internet. So here's Amber's. Come back here. So here's Amber's competition right behind us, Gorman. So we've been telling her, Gorman,
Yes, sir.
she knows she's not going to beat you, but we told her about the Gary Killian story with Craig Butler.
Yes, sir.
Not that we're trying to jinx you
No, no.
in any way.
That was Craig's fault.
It was.
Jinx. No jinx. That was Craig's fault.
It was.
That's right.
Because Greg knew he was going to blow shit up.
There's been a couple of times that's happened. Back in '98, Eric Reed and Neil Barber did the same exact thing. Neil Barber beat Eric Reed with like a 58, and Eric Reed had like a 70
Wow.
in
Yeah.
extreme class because his radio wouldn't come on.
oh my gosh.
Happens.
So we were telling her,
Yeah.
no matter what, you make it to the lane. She goes, she just wants to go against the best in the world.
Yeah.
And that's you right now.
You almost got. I mean, you got me, but
That means
whatever.
it-
I think she's
Yeah.
sandbagging. That's what she's doing.
She
Yes.
is. I
She's
heard her
saving it for the
testing. I heard her
finals.
testing
Yes.
over there. Yeah. I
That's
heard
what I'm
it.
doing.
That's right.
So we told her, said, one thing unique about DB drag people is if you reach out to them, they're going to help you because they don't want to beat somebody by 20 dB.
That's right.
They want to be pushed
Sure.
to be better and better and better.
Absolutely.
I mean, so like I said, if she reached out to you or
I'm
the
gonna build something.
rest of the incriminator, she said she's coming for you next year.
We're gonna get you.
Good.
We're gonna get close.
Good. I hope y'all do.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
I hope you do. I wish you nothing but love.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
So, all right. Have a good time, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you in the
Definitely
lane
good to see you,
shortly.
buddy.
Right, continue.
So, see, guys like that. I mean,
Very nice man.
He's a great guy. He's a good representative of DB
Yes.
drag competitors. World champion. Right now, record holder, and humble as heck. Right. So, good guy. Anyway, we were supposed to have one of the lady that's Stacy
Oh, right.
from the local car stereo shop, like we were talking to Chris. She's a local shop that supports the show, just like how Chris got started. And so she's supposed to come in here shortly. We should see her. But while we're waiting for her, why don't you hit her with the bass head definition?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a question that we ask all of our guests on our show. I'm sure some of the shows you've seen, but our listeners and our viewers would like to know what people's definition of the bass head is. So, we'd like to know what your definition of a bass head is.
Of a bass head, just somebody that enjoys the culture and the music. You've got to enjoy the music. I love music, and just, I mean, that's it. If you don't love the music,
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Great answer.
Wyatt.
it's music. It's all about the music. It's not just about the DBs and the. It's
It's a big part of it.
Come up here for a couple
yeah.
minutes.
It's about the music.
introduce you guys to another person on the staff real quick. All right, have fun in the lanes.
Yes.
We'll see you. Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Go get your car ready.
Yes.
Come on in, Wyatt.
Wyatt.
So, guys, this year World Finals, the head judge, kind of guy guiding the ship, is Wyatt right here.
Hey.
So, first year leading the World Finals, right?
Yep.
Thoughts? What are you liking? What are you seeing?
This is the first. I've only been to 3 finals.
Okay.
This is probably the coolest I've seen it in the past 3 years. The first time I've ever seen the tower, so that's awesome.
Okay.
And everyone just seems like they're having an awesome time, which is great. Competitor party was a lot of fun last night. So.
All right. Yeah, you have your wife here helping you out, obviously.
Yep.
1 year for you guys. So, the group of people you're working with, I mean, we're real diverse, right?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
How are they doing for you? Where's the, what are we doing? What's going on with that part of it?
Awesome. It's been running really smooth. We've been able to actually be ahead of schedule, which is pretty unusual for finals, which is awesome.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, everyone's all over Texas, Utah, Alabama. Darren's here from Trinidad, so I mean, it's really cool. And a lot of these guys are seeing vehicles they've never seen before, which is also important for us when we're doing the pre-judging to be able to look at these cars objectively and kind of, find stuff. So.
I tell people all the time, what's really cool for us is we as judges, I see the same vehicle week after week after week. You tend to be a little bit blind to some things. So when you get a fresh pair of eyes that have never seen that vehicle before, you may accidentally, as a judge, overlook something just because you've seen it 100 times.
Yep.
Right? And you put your head in, oh yeah, it looks the same. But realistically, oh, his wall moved an inch, right? And hey, it looks the same. And a judge from another area, oh wait, that wall is really close to the wall. Oh, yeah. It wasn't like that last time I really looked. So
Yep.
It gives an opportunity for the judges. And I also like to say this is like, I equate it to the judicial system for judging, is we have the appellate judges all over the country. And then once we get together, this becomes like the Supreme Court. So we can make a decision as a group, right? And
Yep.
that group can disseminate back to their places and make those judges more consistently than we could if we didn't come together like this.
Yeah.
That's why it's really important. Jeffrey, you want to talk to him and go over some of that stuff? And I'm going to go see if our next guest is here, our final guest, Stacy.
Okay.
So, all right.
I know we got brackets out, right? I've
Yep.
seen them on the table, but these are just the qualifying scores that we were talking a little bit about. Is there anything that surprised you, or something that we were looking at the base racers and 9.99s, So we were also talking about the 20s class. As you can see here, the bubble was 29.94.
Yeah.
And those. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be pretty fun. I mean, is there something that you saw or kind of caught your eye about things?
29.9 is going to be absolutely stacked. I have one of my guys that came here from Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
Bias.
He did not make it.
Oh.
He, it's a totally different level, right? So back.
He didn't make
He
top
didn't.
8.
He didn't make the top 8 because
bummer.
it was that .94, right?
Yeah.
So back home, that he did what do you do on here? A .72, which back home would have been not a problem at all, right?
Yeah.
He definitely would have been in brackets, and it's just a whole different level. So 29.9, it's definitely going to be interesting. And then we've got quite a few world records potential today. RP did a 185.2 yesterday, so potentially, if he can back that up today, I mean, that's huge. That is the loudest score ever, right?
Right.
So
that's the loudest at a certified event.
At a certified, yep. So, yeah, potential for some really big scores and world records. So
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna let you get back to what you
Awesome.
gotta do. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hanging out, Wyatt.
Absolutely.
So we'll grab our next guest here real quick.
What's up?
next guest.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you, sir?
So introduce yourself to the people, please.
My name is Daniel Tate from Wisconsin.
I think
Wisconsin.
we were just talking about you.
Oh yeah.
You're
Wyatt.
one of Wyatt's competitors from out there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So what do you compete in? And
This year I did everything.
you did in everything.
Oh yeah.
Cyclone, DB drag, base
Cyclone,
race,
yep.
freestyle.
Yep.
All right, how did you do so far?
Yeah. I try not to look at the numbers till the end.
Exactly.
Did you make the brackets in base race?
Base race, no.
All right.
Oh, bummer.
So we were actually just talking about you,
And okay, 129.72.
which would have been a great score, like Wyatt said, back home,
Oh yeah.
but a different level here.
Yep.
So
Get a
first
little
World
nervous on the
Finals,
First one. No, this is actually my third.
third.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I did Muscle Shoals last year and Tennessee the year 19.
Okay.
So 19 was my first year.
Okay. What is World Finals for you?
Just meeting a lot of new people.
Okay.
Pick up a few tricks here and there.
Yeah. So did you meet Moses?
Oh yeah, I met Moses last year.
Everybody, he seems to be pretty popular.
Yeah.
He's a really good guy, you know. So he does the same thing, right? He does everything.
Yeah.
He really is a good ambassador for the show. So when you go to Wyatt shows, Jeffrey and I were talking about, we don't go to Wyatt shows, obviously, right?
Right.
So what do you see at Wyatt shows? What do you really like? And
Oh man. I mean everything. It's just everybody's friendly.
okay,
Everybody's willing to help each other. Just a lot of camaraderie.
okay.
Yeah.
And so, what would you say to somebody that's, I don't really know if I want to go to a show?
Come out, try it.
Yeah. Try it,
I
you might like
guarantee you'll have fun.
You'll have fun, and you'll
Either
want to
way.
come back,
Yeah.
right? It's unique, I think, to a lot of things where whether you're good or bad at this, you get encouraged by the people around you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't know of anybody that's been discouraging to anybody in this sport.
Yeah. My
Right.
first year I did this, I went up against a kid who's not able to drive, but his parent drives his vehicle into the lane.
Right.
I'm sure I don't know if you met the Andersons, Brant Anderson and his kids.
May have, but we meet a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think, I mean, a lot of competitors are, bringing their families, and then they're in turn, competing themselves. So
Right.
that's something cool to see.
Yeah. They definitely have a long legacy there.
Yeah.
But my first year, I competed against his son, and it was just fun. Every single one. He get better, I get better. And he
Yeah.
always kept beating me.
So do you guys do? We do Top Dog for cash. We used to do where people put cash on the windshield for base race.
Okay.
You guys do anything like that out there? Or?
We did cash for Top Dog.
Okay.
Base race, no. Just the
Yeah.
trophies.
Yeah. So Top Dog's a lot of fun. Top Dog's a lot of fun. Would you say that's the biggest growth in your area, or the potential for growth is Top Dog and base race?
I do. Top Dog. I did DB drag. I did DB drag and base race before. But then this year is the first year I picked up on everything else.
Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at the the actual competition for Top Dog. Took 6th place, 3,795 points.
Well, I held second place for a while.
Yeah, that's crazy how the tide shifts in Top Dog, and I think that's why a lot of people like it because, you could, and for one thing, it's double elimination, so you can get eliminated, and then you can just come back.
You still have
and
an
win it all.
opportunity to win. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what was fun about Top Dog. But I can see. You're definitely in there.
Where you start out and can play a big role.
Yes. Yeah. there's a little bit of strategy involved too in a top dog, but for the most part, I think that's probably a fun format that we have, and it's good to see that you're doing so.
Yeah, I love it. I love it all.
So what tips or tricks do you got for people competing top dog base race? Come on, spill the beans.
The one key that I'm missing, I'm missing a term lab so I can meter and clamp at home.
Okay. Yes, that's a very important tool to have. If you're competing at this level, you need to have a term lab. I mean, you don't need to have one. I guess you can just go to the shows or practice at the shows. That's gonna be kind of hard, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if somebody brings one to the show, then you can do a little testing here and there. But without it, you can't do the testing and play around with things.
Yeah, that's so true.
So, plan on doing this again next year?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
All of them.
All of them. So do you travel for any shows?
Yeah. I've gone to Indiana. I've gone to RP's Soundcheck a few times. Besides Slamology and Michigan.
Okay.
We have a competitor in Texas. He's over here. His name is Julius. He does all the formats as well. So, I hopefully that's going to be a trend, and we're going to see more and more people do multiple formats, and being able to come to World Finals, and just say, hey, I'm doing all the formats. So that's something cool.
Yeah, I think.
Yep.
I get a big smile out of Wyatt every time I tell him, "What are you doing today?" Everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Moses already knows. He just hands me a credit card.
Don't even talk about his bear hugs earlier today.
Yeah.
And that was last night after the show, and I was leaving. He comes up to me and gives me this big old hug, and I'm just like, Jesus, this guy's strong. Yeah, it's a massive bear hug.
Yep. Oh. So, you want to hit him real quick? I'm going to go run over and see if Stacy's here for our last guest. But results and talk about
so, I'm not sure if you've watched the show This Week in Car Audio, the podcast that we do. But we have it every Monday, depending on, Doug says it's 5:30 his time in California, and then of course, 7:30 in Texas. So we had this question that we asked all of our guests, is basically, what is your definition of a bass head?
Anybody that loves car audio.
Anybody that loves car audio. That's awesome. That's awesome. And, what's cool about when we hear the definitions from people, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, but we've heard from it's that kid coming down the block, with their music super loud, to someone had said today it's an addiction. You hear bass head, it's definitely an addiction. So, but it's all in good fun, and I'm sure you're having fun here at World Finals. Is there something specific that you can take away, or was there anything that surprised you?
A little bit. I mean, I obviously I skipped something in the rule books.
Oh no! Okay.
Which kind of hurt me on my first run today. So my voltage, or yesterday. So my voltage was too high.
A little too high.
So I had to lower it.
Okay.
But that was on me. I didn't read that in the rule book. So
well, I mean, sometimes it takes something like going to an event and having another judge, or it's something that you might overlook, but once you learn that,
learning process.
Yeah, exactly. It's a learning process. Nobody ever comes out a world champion. Well, I mean, there's some guys that come out their first year, but it all takes some work for sure.
Please be respectful. Do not throw your butts and stuff on the ground.
As we get announcements.
10 a.m. sharp will begin.
10
Street
a.m.
Stock 1K TV drag racing eliminations.
So hit him with the final question real quick.
I just did.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, well, I appreciate you for being here. Our final guest, I don't see her. She didn't make it here today.
Oh, bummer.
She's Stacy with the local shop. I was hoping to get her on and talk about some stuff, but she missed her opportunity. And we actually got to get ready for World Finals.
Yes.
Once again, guys, just tune in on the DB Drag page. I'll be sharing the stuff.
I'm sure Jeffrey and many other people will. If you happen to catch it, share it with your groups. Let them know what we do out here and what we're all about. Pay attention to World Records Day. We should have quite a few of them. All right, guys. Hey, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week, or we'll see you on Tuesday with the Box Pro guy.
Awesome. Okay.
So Box Building app, we'll see you on Tuesday night at 5:30 p.m. California time, the only time that matters, obviously, even when I'm here. Peace. We out.